Every day, millions of seniors over the age of 70 take their daily dose of vitamin D, often as a single supplement, thinking they're doing the right thing to support bone health, boost immunity, and maintain energy levels. But what they don't realize is that this well-meaning habit, when done incorrectly, may be setting the stage for devastating consequences, including arterial calcification, kidney stones, and even accelerated cognitive decline. It sounds counterintuitive. How could something as essential and widely recommended as vitamin D pose a danger? The truth lies in the delicate balance of nutrients in the body, especially as we age and become more vulnerable to imbalances caused by medications, dietary changes, and slower metabolic processes. Vitamin D does play a crucial role in calcium absorption and immune system regulation, but taking it in isolation, without its critical cofactors, can lead to unintended and dangerous outcomes. One of the most overlooked facts is that vitamin D increases calcium absorption from the diet, but without adequate levels of magnesium, vitamin K2, and sometimes vitamin A, this calcium can become improperly distributed, depositing in arteries and soft tissues rather than being incorporated into bones where it belongs. This process, known as ectopic calcification, has been directly linked to higher rates of heart disease, stroke, and vascular aging in older adults. Seniors are especially susceptible because they often already have underlying conditions like hypertension or atherosclerosis, and when excess calcium is introduced into their system without the guidance of balancing nutrients, the risk of a cardiovascular event increases dramatically. In fact, several recent clinical studies have raised concerns about seniors taking high doses of vitamin D without monitoring their magnesium or K2 levels. Magnesium is needed to activate vitamin D, meaning you might be taking large doses of it that aren't being properly utilized, while K2 acts as the traffic cop that directs calcium away from arteries and into bones, preventing dangerous plaque buildup. When these nutrients are not present in the right ratios, vitamin D can actually do more harm than good. Adding to the problem is the fact that many seniors are unknowingly deficient in both magnesium and K2 due to modern diets low in leafy greens, seeds, fermented foods, and whole grains, and these deficiencies are rarely checked in routine blood work. So when doctors prescribe vitamin D or seniors start taking over-the-counter high-dose vitamin D supplements without co-nutrients, they're essentially throwing a powerful hormone-like substance into a system that isn't prepared to handle it properly. This explains why some people report new issues like joint pain, kidney discomfort, muscle cramps, or even increased fatigue after starting vitamin D. They may be experiencing the early signs of imbalance. And the cognitive effects are equally concerning. Emerging research suggests that vitamin D without adequate magnesium may contribute to neuroinflammation and oxidative stress in the brain, potentially accelerating memory loss and cognitive decline in the elderly. It's not the vitamin itself that's the villain. It's the way it's taken that makes all the difference. Seniors who combine vitamin D with magnesium glycinate or citrate and K2 in a negative 7-Malawian Quatches form report better energy, stronger bones, clearer thinking, and healthier lab results over time. But almost no one is talking about this critical synergy because mainstream supplement marketing promotes vitamin D as a standalone miracle nutrient. If you or someone you care about is taking vitamin D alone after 70, it's time to dig deeper and ask the right questions about what your body truly needs, not just what the label says. And this is only the beginning. Next, we'll reveal how hidden magnesium deficiency affects your heart, sleep, and nervous system more than you think, and what to do about it right now. Magnesium deficiency is one of the most silent yet pervasive health issues affecting seniors, and it's especially dangerous when combined with vitamin D supplementation, a fact that remains dangerously underdiscussed in mainstream medical circles. After the age of 60, the body's ability to absorb magnesium from food diminishes drastically due to age-related changes in digestion, decreased stomach acid production, and the widespread use of medications like diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and certain blood pressure drugs that deplete magnesium stores over time. This becomes a ticking time bomb for older adults who start taking vitamin D without first ensuring their magnesium levels are adequate, because without enough magnesium, vitamin D cannot be properly converted into its active form, calcitriol, which means not only is the vitamin D supplement going to waste, but it's also accumulating in the body in a form that doesn't deliver benefits and may create toxicity symptoms over time. This is why some seniors begin feeling inexplicably worse, more fatigued, or mentally foggy after beginning what they thought was a healthful vitamin D routine. They've inadvertently triggered a biochemical imbalance that interferes with over 300 enzyme processes in the body, all of which rely on magnesium as a cofactor. Magnesium is essential for maintaining regular heart rhythm, muscle relaxation, nerve conduction, and cellular energy production. So its depletion often mimics symptoms of other conditions like anxiety, insomnia, depression, arrhythmia, and even early Parkinson's disease, confusing both patients and doctors. More alarmingly, studies have linked low magnesium to poor sleep quality, restless leg syndrome, increased nighttime urination, and even higher rates of sudden cardiac death in elderly populations, many of whom were simultaneously taking vitamin D supplements without realizing the damage being done. The issue is compounded when calcium intake is also high, whether from dairy or supplements, because magnesium and calcium compete for absorption, and too much calcium in the presence of low magnesium and vitamin K2 leads directly to arterial calcification, hardening of the arteries, and elevated blood pressure, a deadly triad for anyone over 70. In fact, research has shown that the calcium to magnesium ratio is a more reliable predictor of cardiovascular risk than cholesterol levels in seniors, which means that well-intentioned habits like drinking fortified milk, eating calcium-rich foods, and taking vitamin D tablets can become health hazards if magnesium isn't present in sufficient amounts. But the problem doesn't stop there. Magnesium is also needed to maintain insulin sensitivity, regulate cortisol levels, and support healthy brain aging. When deficient, seniors may begin to experience blood sugar swings, increased belly fat, chronic inflammation, and even mood disorders that are often misdiagnosed or medicated instead of corrected through simple nutritional support. To make matters worse, blood tests for magnesium are notoriously inaccurate because only about 1% of the body's magnesium is found in the blood. Most is stored in bones and cells, so a normal blood level means very little. This is why so many seniors walk around with hidden magnesium deficiencies that are never detected until symptoms become severe. For anyone over 70 who's taking vitamin D, especially in doses above 1,000 IU per day, supplementing with a well-absorbed form of magnesium, like magnesium glycinate, citrate, or malate, is absolutely essential and ideally should be taken at night, as it also supports deeper, more restorative sleep, something that becomes harder to achieve with age. Without this, the very nutrient you're relying on to protect your bones and boost immunity may be silently undermining your cardiovascular system, your brain, and your energy levels. In the next part, we'll explore the equally critical role of vitamin K2 and how it works alongside D and magnesium to prevent a condition most seniors have never heard of: vascular ossification, where your arteries literally begin turning to bone. As we continue exploring the dangers of taking vitamin D alone after the age of 70, it becomes impossible to ignore the vital importance of another nutrient, vitamin K2, which, when missing from your supplementation routine, turns vitamin D from a potential ally into a silent threat. Vitamin D plays a role in helping your body absorb calcium, which seems like a good thing at first glance because calcium is crucial for bone strength. However, without vitamin K2 present to direct where that calcium should go, the mineral can end up in all the wrong places, lodging itself in your blood vessels, kidneys, joints, and even soft tissues, rather than being deposited in your bones and teeth where it's truly needed. This misplacement of calcium is one of the leading causes of arterial calcification in older adults, a condition where blood vessels lose their flexibility and become stiff or brittle, dramatically increasing the risk of hypertension, stroke, heart attack, and kidney stones. What's shocking is that many seniors are unknowingly accelerating this process every morning by taking high doses of vitamin D along with calcium supplements, all while being completely unaware that without K2 to chaperone calcium out of the arteries and into the bones, they're triggering a long-term deterioration of their vascular health. Vitamin K2 activates a protein called matrix GLA protein, MGP, which is the body's natural defense against calcium buildup in the arteries. Without K2, MGP remains inactive and calcium begins to accumulate silently, forming calcified plaques that harden the arteries, a condition that doesn't cause symptoms until it's too late. This is especially true for seniors, whose arteries are already aging and more prone to damage. Even more troubling is the fact that vitamin K2 is not the same as the more commonly known K1, which helps with blood clotting. K2, found in foods like natto, a fermented Japanese soybean dish, egg yolks, and certain cheeses, is responsible for guiding calcium safely into bones. However, K2 is extremely scarce in the Western diet, and even many multivitamins and D supplements do not include it, leaving older adults dangerously vulnerable. Scientific studies have shown that elderly individuals with high vitamin D levels but low K2 levels are at significantly higher risk of cardiovascular disease and aortic calcification, while those who supplement with both D and K2 experience greater improvements in bone density, fewer fractures, and healthier arteries. The synergy between these nutrients cannot be overstated. Vitamin D boosts calcium absorption. K2 tells calcium where to go, and magnesium activates both of their functions. If one of these elements is missing, the system collapses, much like a three-legged stool that topples without support. Unfortunately, this triad of D, K2, and magnesium is rarely discussed in standard senior healthcare, leaving many older adults to navigate their supplement routines without adequate guidance. This is why some people experience odd side effects from vitamin D supplements such as chest tightness, leg cramps, anxiety, kidney discomfort, or worsening fatigue. Not because vitamin D is inherently bad, but because it's being taken without its essential nutritional partners. The medical community is slowly catching up, with recent publications and integrative medicine practitioners warning that seniors should not be taking vitamin D in isolation. Still, the message hasn't reached the majority of households, where well-meaning older adults continue their daily D routine, believing it protects their bones and immune system, all while it may be quietly contributing to long-term vascular harm. If you're over 70 and currently supplementing with vitamin D, it is critical that you pair it with at least 90 to 180 micrograms of vitamin K2, preferably the negative 7 Malawian Quatches form, which stays in the body longer, and 300 to 500 milligrams of bioavailable magnesium to ensure proper absorption and safety. This combination not only strengthens bones, but also keeps arteries youthful, reduces the risk of atherosclerosis, and prevents calcium from building up in dangerous places. In the next and final part, we'll explore how to build a safe, daily supplementation plan tailored for seniors, how to test your nutrient levels at home, and the surprising signs that your body is already giving you if your vitamin D routine is hurting more than helping. And of course, we'll reveal what to ask your doctor the next time you review your blood work, so you can protect your heart, bones, and brain for years to come. Now that we understand the critical importance of pairing vitamin D with both vitamin K2 and magnesium, it's time to take actionable steps to protect your health starting today, especially if you're over the age of 70. Let's begin by building a safe and effective supplement strategy. First, never exceed your doctor's recommended dose of vitamin D, which for most seniors falls between 800 and 2,000 IU daily, unless a deficiency has been medically confirmed. Next, ensure your vitamin D supplement includes at least 90 to 180 micrograms of vitamin K2, ideally in the negative 7 Malawian kwacha form, which is more stable and has a longer half-life in the bloodstream. This form helps activate the proteins responsible for redirecting calcium away from arteries and soft tissues and into your bones where it belongs. Additionally, magnesium is the quiet third partner in this nutrient triad, and it plays a vital role in over 300 enzyme functions, including activating vitamin D into its usable form. Without magnesium, your body cannot properly utilize vitamin D or K2, so it's essential to get at least 300 to 500 milligrams of magnesium daily from sources like magnesium glycinate, citrate, or malate. Avoid oxide forms, which are poorly absorbed and often cause digestive discomfort. If you're unsure whether your current supplements meet these criteria, review the labels closely or speak with your doctor or pharmacist to help adjust your routine. And if you're experiencing symptoms like joint pain, muscle cramps, chest discomfort, or unexplained fatigue while taking vitamin D, these could be signs of calcium mismanagement, meaning your body is absorbing too much calcium without proper direction from K2 and magnesium. In that case, it's crucial to reassess your entire supplement plan immediately. You may also want to consider getting a coronary artery calcium (CAC) score, a non-invasive scan that can reveal the extent of calcification in your arteries. This test is often overlooked, but can serve as an early warning system for those who've unknowingly taken vitamin D in isolation for years. Blood tests for 25-hydroxy-vitamin D, magnesium, and markers of bone turnover can also provide insight into whether your current regimen is keeping you in a healthy range or putting you at risk. But supplements aren't the only source of these nutrients. Foods like natto, egg yolks, sauerkraut, kefir, leafy greens, avocados, almonds, and dark chocolate can provide natural sources of K2 and magnesium to complement your routine. And don't forget regular physical activity, sunlight exposure in moderation, and reducing processed food intake all play a role in optimizing how your body handles these nutrients. Ultimately, the biggest mistake is assuming vitamin D alone is a one-size-fits-all solution for aging bones and immune health. The truth is far more nuanced and potentially dangerous if misunderstood. So if you've been taking vitamin D by itself for years, it's time to reconsider. Speak to your healthcare provider about a more complete approach that supports your bones and protects your heart, brain, and kidneys. You deserve a supplement routine that works with your body, not against it. At Healthful Living 60+, our mission is to empower you with information that adds not just years to your life, but life to your years. If today's video opened your eyes to something you've never heard before, make sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another health-saving tip. We publish new videos every week packed with research-backed insights designed especially for seniors who want to stay sharp, active, and independent. And remember, share this video with a loved one who's taking vitamin D alone and might not realize the risks. Together, we can spread awareness and build a healthier senior community one person at a time. This is Healthful Living 60+, where your wellness is our purpose. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and stay well.